Okay, so we're still at Radnor. If you've watched the previous video, you'll know that that was part one of our Q&A, our first ever Q&A.
Definitely.
And we are obviously still here. This is part two, and I'm with Professor Matt TUCKNOTT, and he's reading the new rules book. That might be a whole new video, Matt.
That could be a whole new video.
In fact, the state of that might be an awful lot of videos.
That is. Although the nice thing about the new rules book, it's now got pictures in, so I'm sure you can do a close-up on that later. Pictures are good, and from an artistic point of view, I'm sure he'd have liked to have painted these.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. I like the commission anyway.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, think how much you'd get a commission on these. How many rules books are there in the world?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, your picture would be in a lot of households on that one. I was expecting a few rules questions.
Yeah, but I think what happened is the rules, people aren't really getting into the rules until now, are they?
No.
So because if most of these questions come in a few weeks into December,
yeah,
maybe we'll have to do another one about the rules and stuff.
Definitely.
Maybe in a month's time.
Yep.
I know at the moment we haven't even had the rules meeting at West Cornwall yet. It's not till the 22nd of January.
Oh,
so we've been playing 3 weeks up with a clue what to do, and then we're going to go and watch 2 hours of how to do it properly.
Yes.
Yeah. But we do get pasties.
You do get pasties, which was that's an improvement on the rules night I've done here.
I was going to say, you didn't hear it.
We didn't do pasties, so your weight, even though you've all broke your rules down there, at least you get a pasty.
Well, there you
might
go.
have got DQ.
You get what you paid for, mate.
Exactly. We did a rules quiz here, yeah, and I was just, again, we're waffling again, aren't we? But the rules quiz, I showed them this video, and there's this nice guy doing this rules demonstrations, and all the people gathered around were expecting questions on the rules. So the first question I said was, you've just seen this video, can you name the make of shirt that Jack was wearing? Now everyone in the room went, hey, where's that in the rules book? Yeah. And it went on.
I watch on quiz nights, Matt.
Exactly. So we had half the questions were based on rules and half of them were on observation of the video.
Yeah, absolutely.
What colour socks was his partner wearing? No one got that, surprisingly, but they all got the right answer about the different drops and what happens if you accidentally kick your ball in the rough when you're looking for it. And then you get someone for you to look up, and if anyone needs a copy, they are available at all your golf clubs, or they should be available at all your golf clubs. Don't need to go online and buy one of these. I did see someone trying to sell them.
I thought they were free.
They are definitely free, so definitely don't anyone go on eBay and try and buy them. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you might have to pay the postage if you're not a member of a golf club, but don't go and buy one. They are available at all golf.
So we may do a rules video, although hopefully by then people will know what to do. But we will.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I think we just did a sneaky one earlier when we dropped it knee high.
Yeah, we did that on
and
that
things
video.
like that. So we'll maybe even just try and drop a few in. Yeah?
We might have to do a part 3 in a minute. You don't have to waffle on. Get on with the questions.
Right, here we go.
Right.
I forget where we were. John Griffiths on YouTube. I saw Matt Radnor yesterday. Almost said hello, mate.
He comes here to play.
When I remembered he doesn't know me at all, but after watching YouTube for ages, it seems like I do.
Yeah, which is nice.
It is.
Yeah.
I will say, if any, well, again, whether I have that facade of don't say hello to me, or I'm just busy and normally with people, if you do see me, and I know John's the same, do come up and say hello.
Yeah, I mean with me, you can say hello anytime.
Yeah.
With Matt, I'm quite cagey when he's doing a lesson, and I'll just wave and he knows I'm here.
Exactly.
When he's not actually teaching.
I was going to say, try not to.
Quite approachable when you're not teaching.
Try not to disturb me if I'm like in the middle of a swing somewhere. But yeah, no, do come and say hello. Because John, you probably have said hello to me, and I haven't then registered you're the same person.
It's the nature of being on YouTube that people do recognise you all the time.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, please say hello. Jord.
Okay, yeah, Jord.
Jord on Twitter. And this is obviously going to you, John. How is the handicap looking at the moment, John? Have you noticed improvements in your game? I definitely think from your video there is a boost in confidence, which is good. Okay,
well, if you watch this video, there won't be, the one we just done. On the course there might not be so much confidence, but although we did discuss confidence in the video.
Yeah, confidence tends to do this anyway.
Yeah.
And that's one of our goals we established when we did the original analysation of where you were, that you do suffer from this, but more so if I do it towards green, instead of going up and down, and then stayed down. So although it doesn't sound too consistent now going up and down, at least, okay, the confidence is down, we get back up very quickly.
Yeah.
But it's fair to say that if you hit a bad shot, you either got to be very dismissive and just say, well, mate, didn't do it, or it will affect you. But as long as if there is that negative, oh, I'm back down here, get yourself back up again. And that was hugely positive today, because let's face facts, you did hit a number of rusty shots.
Absolutely.
Quite Jordan speed. But you actually finished with 3 of the best bunker shots I've seen you ever hit.
Yeah.
So again, it was a little bit this.
Yeah.
But that's a lot better than being here, bang, and then flat lining.
Quit. Yeah.
Exactly, and walking off the golf course.
Yeah, in answer to your question because it was supposed to be my question. Okay.
Sorry, I took over.
You normally do that, or I do, one or the other. I am still 34.3 or 34.4. I did play a comp before Christmas, and I came second in my division, but it wasn't high enough points. It was really bad weather, and I did really well in it. Won some money.
Yay!
But it wasn't enough to drop the figures.
10%.
10%. Oh, I'll give you £1.50 later.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think if you watch the videos, you'll know that I am improving. Whether the scores are showing that too much, I don't know, but my swing is certainly improving, my confidence is improving, and as Matt just said, I tend to brush off the fact if I hit a duff shot now. Before it was like, oh, I've hit a duff shot, and then how do I fix that? And then it would multiply onto the next hole and the next hole, the next hole. Where actually now it's like, okay, so I messed up that hole. I had a bad drive. Let's go back to the basics. Trust in what you've said. Did I remember why I did it right properly in the first place? And then the next time I'm okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't wipe me out anymore.
And a couple of things from my point of view there, John. A lot of people come to me and say, right, I need to get my handicap down, or why have you come for a lesson? It's a bit like when we're trying to hit a golf ball. If you're just solely trying to hit a golf ball, you've probably misunderstood what you're trying to do. You're actually trying to swing the golf club, yeah? So when someone, and I know I say foolishly put it out, well, half your handicap, so yes, we're on about handicap number, but we should have said, can we double your skill level? Yeah. And as I said to everyone, it's the skill level, it's the processes that we're trying to improve.
Sure.
As a result, the handicap will come down.
Yeah.
But I don't want John to feel under pressure that I made this statement to you originally about, well, let's see if we can half your handicap.
Yeah. And I understand that by the time I get to the middle of August and I'm thinking how much is the season left and or maybe I'm not quite down enough, then pressure might build a bit.
But
as far as I'm concerned, if I'm dropping, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And that's not backtracking at all. It's still, the goal was to half it.
Absolutely, it still is.
But
this might take 18 months and not a year.
And more importantly, we're just trying to improve the technique.
Yeah.
Don't worry about your handicap. I get this so much with parents of juniors, not so much the juniors. How can I get my son, daughter down to single figures? Yeah, they need to be single figures to get in that team. And I normally tell them, I say, well, they don't need to be single figures. They need to be better golfers. Yeah, but that's single figures. They need to be 9 to get in that under 14s, that under 12s team. Now they need to improve their skill. Yeah, so it's all about the skill. If you put yourself under pressure of handicap, you're missing the point. We're actually trying to improve the technique.
Golf's a very strange thing with that, isn't it? I mean, when I played for lots of teams when I was a kid growing up, rugby and athletics and whatever, but there was never these kind of almost tests all the time, constantly saying you have to get to a certain level before you can play for the first team, or you have to get a certain level before you can play for a county team. You just played because you were good, and they spotted your talent or technique or whatever, and they decided you were good enough.
Yeah, and I teach a lot of people every day, but I teach a young lad, again, remain nameless, but again, I know people that know me and know the people I teach will go, oh, I know he's talking about this guy. Young lad, his handicap hadn't come down, and at his golf club others were getting better, and I could see, and having chatted to his mum and dad, he was putting himself under pressure. You know, hang on, everyone else is coming down. Well, again, the good news, and this is why I say I'm not worried about you in the slightest. The other day I taught him, and his sister narrows it down, and you're thinking, it's not him then, is it? Hang on. And he's just gone exceptional score, got cut. 6 under his handicap, got cut. He's got cut 3 times on the spin, and he's now down. I think he's lost 6 shots. Might be a slight exaggeration, 5 shots, yeah. And he's getting closer to that single figures. But I know full well if he starts worrying once again about, I need to be single figures.
It's back to that confidence again.
Exactly.
You're feeling confident, you play, it'll happen.
Exactly. And it's so nice for me as a coach to see him almost not worrying about his handicap, and the handicap's being now cut.
Yeah.
As a result.
It's like with me, and when I'm playing in the various comps and stuff, and I'm thinking, I'm 29 points and I need to get to 36 or something to get to my handicap drop. And there's 2 holes to go, suddenly the pressure's on and it goes to pieces. If you don't even look at your score, just play the round, add it up at the end. You'd be surprised what happened.
So, Jord, the handicap with John's at the moment is stationary.
It's stationary, but that's because we haven't played any comps.
And it's winter, a lot of the comps are non-qualifiers down here. But I've noticed improvements in his game,
and I think it's so with everyone else who's played me, and hopefully on videos you've seen that as well.
And if as a result the handicap comes down, great, and I'm still sure it will do.
Absolutely.
Here's your mate, everyone's mate, Smithy.
Yeah, he put the question in. Actually, it was very similar to one earlier about how do you get lower.
Question for Matt: what do you think is the biggest reason people struggle to get down to single figures? You can have some sarcastic answers here, can you?
I seriously think he will get down to single figures.
And this wasn't directed back at him, my answer, but I think people struggle to get down to single figures because they don't put in enough effort.
Effort and time.
Which again is quality time.
Quality time. Yeah, you can go and bang a load of balls on the drive every day on the range, but it doesn't make any difference if you're not actually doing something with that.
And that's why I said about the effort more so than the time. You have to rewind the video. I'm sure I said effort.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, because I don't want anyone to think, right, I'm going to dedicate 10 hours a week. Waste of time. Yeah, I'd rather you dedicate 1 hour of concentrated effort to get yourself down lower. So I think the biggest reason is the effort that you put in. Linked into the time available to put in, and I don't think it's necessarily talent. Not to get down to single figures. I think it really is the effort you put in more so than anything else. But if there's one part of the game, goes back to the earlier question on part 1 of this, short game. The short game's not up to scratch, and that's where you've got to look at the statistics. We've done statistics galore before. It's one of the biggest things I do with any of my county juniors I teach, and that's looking at statistics, working out where that strengths and weaknesses lie. But it's effort. Can you be bothered to sit down after a round of 18 holes in the rain and work out what do you need to work on next time? And I know people do turn up for lessons with me and ask me, what are we working on today? And I do that because I need to know what cameras
exactly.
But if someone turns up, and I'll just check my time now for the next lesson, and says, what do you want to do? I'm thinking, well, hang on, I need to ask you that. And again, Smithy, without having seen you play, I've seen some of your videos, if it was a generalised thing more so than you specifically, I need to see everyone as an individual and say, right, the biggest reason, Smithy, you are struggling to get down to single figures, if you're not already there, time this video goes out, is X and Y. But generally speaking, effort is a one-word answer to that. But at some point we'll catch up this year. Various people.
I know I've had various people.
So this must be got asked more than once.
It did,
There you go, back to the handicap thing. Why do we ever call it half your handicap? Since Matt has said he will halve your handicap in a year, do you think that you will change golf clubs or courses to make things easier for yourself?
Yeah, I've actually had...
and therefore lower the handicap quicker.
Yeah, I've had another pro that asked this. I've had a manager of another golf course ask this, and I've had a friend of mine on Twitter and Instagram who plays a lot of golf and has done this. He's changed from the course he was at to another one. And his scores are coming down dramatically, and his confidence has grown, and he's just playing so much better. I've seen his score yesterday; it was amazing in the last 6 months because he's changed courses.
Comes back to a confidence thing, doesn't it? The answer to the question to various people: no, we're not changing the golf club you're a member at.
Yeah, I've got no plans to move anywhere. It's around the corner from where I live, so it'd be happy to do so. But
we have to be realistic. If you haven't played West Cornwall Golf Club, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's not the longest course, but as a gentleman played with me today, found out you can hit a ball a long way, but if it's not in the right place, you might as well give up the hole.
And as a result, a lot of their teams, bless them, and I know quite a lot of those guys that play down there, their teams always seem to do quite well when they go away and play other golf clubs.
Thing this week, another part
5-0 against St Austell. Well done, the guys at West Cornwall. That reflects that their handicaps in that team, they go to a neutral golf club. And they basically whitewash another golf club whose handicaps were similar.
Yeah, people will say that when they've seen me play, when they come and play with me at different places, mostly Parkland or whatever. There's no way you're a 34 handicap.
No.
Well, I am, because that's the club I'm at, and that's the scores I'm scoring there.
Yeah, definitely. So, no, I'm answering this one for you. We're not going to change your golf club.
No, I've got no plans to do so. Unless I am looking to move house, but if I move, it's still going to be in the same area. So I don't see any reason to change.
Having said that, though, being realistic, I do think John's handicap would come down quicker if we was at, or John was based at an easier golf course. And that doesn't now suddenly mean I'm going to alienate the golf club. If you went and joined, let's say, Falmouth, would your handicap come down quicker than at West Cornwall? Yes, I think it would. Yeah, you get to a certain level. And before anyone from Falmouth then writes in and says, hang on, you get to a certain level, and again, it then might outweigh itself. Where West Cornwall is very tricky when you're starting. It also,
accuracy is key. It really is.
Produces a lot of good single-figure golfers. When they go and play other golf courses, you get to a certain level, and they go and play, say, a Falmouth or a Tahiti. The lower you get, the more that difference in handicap becomes more of a level playing field. So a scratch golfer potentially is nearer the same level as a scratch golfer. Yet a 28 handicap at one club and a 28 at another might have a difference of 5 shots. So again, it's all...
And that's kind of happened with me when I played people at high handicaps in other places.
On that. But to answer the question, no, you're not going to change club.
No, we'll stick it out.
And I'm reading that as golf club, as in where you're playing, rather than golf
not as
clubs.
Golf equipment.
No. So is the answer to that.
Okay.
Or you could go and join Hale, because that would be a good one to get your handicap.
You can't join Hale, but there's no there's no bunkers.
Yeah, there you go. Because that would be a nice, easy one to get your handicap cut. Right, and moving swiftly on. Mark Redaway.
Okay.
I think I've read that right. Golf on Twitter and YouTube. Question for you, John. When you do reach your goal of getting down to your desired handicap, how will you celebrate?
I'm going to have a rest. Have a lie down, I think.
A round of golf on a top course, perhaps.
I'd like to go on some of the top courses. I'd like to be to a position where I'm allowed to go on a top course.
Yes.
So there's been a couple of ones recently where I spoke to, and they've said, "Oh, you've got to be to a 22 or whatever handicap." Or they won't want you on the course. And I've mentioned it to a couple, and they've said, "Oh, well, we have another course for people who are starting out. You can't play on the championship course." So I mean, there's loads of courses I'd like to try and play. I just want to be able to play on them legitimately, as opposed to we've got a YouTube channel, so we'll let him go and play.
Definitely. And if that was directed at me, when John does get down to that goal, I'm retiring. On the proceeds.
On the proceeds, yeah.
On the proceeds.
Yeah, we'll come back to that one later
Yeah.
as my handicap drops. I will have a good think about it. Yeah, there's loads of courses I'd like to go and play.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to go and play somewhere together. Maybe with me and you'll go and play somewhere together.
Definitely. Yeah, and have a celebration.
Yeah.
On a decent golf course.
Yeah, not St Melian or something because they've got this full of loads of water everywhere and you can't get it.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll think of somewhere really good.
Okay. Again, these are a bit of initials. JPU Golf. JPU Golf. Yeah. Well done, John. What have you taken from these vlogs? Looking back at them.
So far, it's easy. The two things I've taken from this. One is I got my friend back.
Yes.
This man here.
Where is it?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
you started me off helping me in this game. As I said, you loaned me a putter and a 7-iron, and I just worked for a while. But I wasn't even a member of the course.
I don't think you've ever given that.
Yes, I did. You sold me the putter in the end.
True.
So that's nice, and it's really good to get back with someone I really enjoy working with. But the most important thing so far is absolutely confidence. Before, like I said, I would hit a bad few hot shots and then the whole round I might as well just give up, and it's almost got to that point where I didn't feel I was ever going to get any better. And there's been, although we've had numerous, not setbacks, but numerous things that have gone wrong in the lessons, what I've found is that when I go and play, I'm so much more confident now that I think, oh yeah, I could get to that distance to that green and I could put that in, and it's better than...
it's possible. Did you do a video this morning, Westcombe?
No, I didn't. No, it's a really blowy thing.
But John shot 45 for 9 holes, then followed that with a par on the next hole and a bogey one over on the next.
That's actually a whole tricky hole to get that one.
So again, and I said to you, well, hang on, if you were 45 for the front 9, 45 for the back 9, there's 90 shots. Round that golf course. It's not half your handicap.
There's a good chunk off it.
Blimey, that's a big
I was averaging 54 on the front 9 there before, so 45. And knowing I left a couple of shots out, definitely.
Definitely.
So
so that's probably the biggest thing.
Confidence to me, and
I know it wasn't asked to me, but what have I taken for these vlogs? I'm not very good with the camera.
Learning every time.
I've got a lack of hair.
Yeah, you've lost a bit of that.
I haven't lost any weight.
You've got much weight to lose, man.
There's numerous things I've learned from doing these vlogs. But no, they've all been good fun, haven't they? Which is a thing. Right, I'm sure you're making up these surnames. Joe Putland.
Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah.
Do you think getting fitted is important for junior golfers? Yes, is the answer. And again, I've got two hats on to answer this. As a parent of 3 children, golf can be expensive if you're getting them fitted and they're having, I know, £1,000 set of golf clubs each. Blimey. The problem with children and golf, unlike yourself, is the fact that you're constantly growing. We should be constantly growing, and it's a bit like shoes. My son gets through certainly 2 pairs of golf shoes a year. Now he's only been playing just over a year, maybe getting on for the 2nd year playing golf. He's probably already gone through 4 pairs of shoes, let alone, luckily for golf clubs, they're a little bit passed down anyway from his older sisters. But it can be expensive. It depends, Joe. If you're really looking at getting good at golf, there's got to be a question of investment, and therefore you don't want to have clubs that are going to cause you long-term injuries, i.e. clubs that are too heavy for you, not flexible enough. At the same time, I think they refer to it as a snowflake generation. When I started, I had full-length clubs, and they were blades, and they had brittle shafts, and if you mishit them, they stung your hands. Well, you soon learnt to hit them out the middle. Having said that, my very first club was a cut down a wooden shafted golf club. But then it was the set of, I think it was a set of something like Slazinger's blades.
Did you wear +4s and that sort of thing those days, Matt?
No, I wasn't that posh.
Balls full of feathers.
Yeah, I wasn't that posh, just a cap. No, I wasn't allowed in the clubhouse when I started as a junior, to give you some idea of what sort of golf club I started playing at. But going back to should you be fitted, it depends. I'm just about to go and do a lesson now with a junior for the first time. He's going to turn up with no golf clubs. I've got golf clubs ready for him to use, as long as he's, well, if he's 6 foot high, he'll probably end up using mine. As long as he's not minute little, even though I've got clubs that are small, I'll get him the clubs that match his height, more so than his skill at this point, because we don't know. The better you get, the more you're going to put into your golf. So, two schools of thought: yeah, get fitted, but at the same time you're going to be growing. Personally, I wouldn't spend a fortune as a parent of a junior, because you're going to be very disappointed how little use you get out of what could be a lot of money spent on a set of golf clubs. You spending £1,000 on a set of golf clubs, well, you're not going to change. Yeah. So they're still going to be worthwhile in a year's time. I could spend £1,000 tomorrow on my son, and in a year's time, he wouldn't have done anything wrong, but he'd probably end up as tall as me, taller. And I think, well, hang on.
They don't work anymore.
They don't work for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, yes and no. Make sure you haven't got anything that's detrimental to your golf. At the same time, I use, when I teach children, I can get low enough to use a real short golf club, hit the ball perfectly well. It's only then when I stand back upright I think, oh, that hurt my back, and you'd have the same effect as a kid swinging a club that's the wrong length.
Okay.
So I hope that answers you, Joe Putland.
That's one then, Matt.
I once gave a lesson before I go on that. And the chances of doing
the director is doing this now.
Yeah, don't worry, we've got plenty of time. I'm keeping an eye out, see if the lights go on the range. I gave a lesson to a guy, Bob, yeah, okay, true story. And he introduced himself, and I shook his hand, and he said, Shanks is the name. Yeah. And at the time I just went, nice to meet you, Bob, right? So to go down to the driving range with him, and you couldn't name him, you couldn't do it. First 5 shots, Shanks, yeah, outright. So I looked at him and I went, wow, you know, do you do that often? He went, yeah. He said, I think it's something to do with the name. Since I thought, I really don't know if that was his surname or not. But he said, Bob Shanks. And he did. Luckily we got him hitting it straighter, so I don't know if he's now called, you know, Bob Straight. Yeah. But it was Bob Shanks.
Fairway Bob.
Yeah, fairway Bob. Straight down the middle, Bob. Right. Average golfer 92. Yeah. He's quite young, isn't he? It was that average score, or I was thinking.
Well, it could be average score. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
What got you into golf, and what keeps you coming back after the bad days or rounds?
Right. Me, well, I liked golf when I was young, but I couldn't afford to play. My dad never had a car, and we couldn't have travelled anywhere to go and play anywhere. So I did a bit of pitch and putt when I was 15 and 16. I tried to join a club when I lived in Bristol at Filton, when I owned a business, but it was 6 years waiting list. And it was just double the membership and interviews and God knows what in the 80s. So I kind of got put off golf completely. Watched it on the telly and that was it. And I moved here and I did a painting for someone, and someone brought the photograph and they wanted me to paint, and there was a big cloud on it, but underneath it there was a green with a flag on it. I thought, oh, is there a golf course around here? I had no idea. And he said, oh yeah, I'm a member of West Cornwall Golf Club, do you want to come up? So I went up and had a look around, met you, you know, joined the Get Into Golf scheme, 25 quid for 4 lessons, or 3 lessons I think it was.
At the time it was probably 5, but that's now changed.
Yeah, it was probably 5, might be 3 now,
Exactly. Inflation.
And then, just got the bug again, and you gave me a couple of clubs.
Blame it on Brexit.
Yeah, blame it on Brexit.
More. Yeah. Even more next year.
So yeah, you let me borrow a couple of clubs. I didn't join the actual golf club for quite a few months because I didn't know if I'd be getting into it or not. I just got the bug really, got into it and just love it. And what keeps me coming back for more? Well, I'm a very positive person most of the time, and I don't actually play any round and go, oh, that was a really awful round. I always think of the actually, even if there's only 2 or 3 good shots in the round, to me that was a positive. That was an improvement on what I did last time. And even today I hit a couple of fantastic shots, and I thought, you know, that proves I can do it. And it's just, for me, it's about remembering the good shots and coming back and trying to repeat the good shots more often.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's similar for everyone, and certainly the same for me. it's family. Yeah, there's not many people I meet that just rock up with no one of their family or friends that have played. So we all tend to get introduced to golf through people. So yeah, mine's a fairly similar story to most. Family had played golf, and it was quite easy then to get into golf because it was a choice of, well, you know, do you want to spend time with your family, go and play golf at the weekend, or not, as the case was. So I opted to go and joining in with something that was quite a norm for a Sunday. Yeah. I think that's probably one of the big issues now with, and we don't want to get political on this one, but why there is a decline in golf, that families don't tend to say, oh, let's go golfing at the weekend. I know everyone that probably watches your clips will say, well, we do, but they're golfers. But if you took a cross section of, I don't know, outside that window over there, and it's blanket a mile square in Red Roof, Truro, and ask how many people are going to play golf at the weekend, you might get one out of 1,000. I don't know what the statistics are. So I think we need to get more people playing and introducing people again for golf to survive. And again, like I said, most people come through recommendation.
Sure.
You're a little bit different. You got a photo and I want that painted. I'll go.
And I think I had an interest in golf. I've had an interest in lots of sports in my life, and I was quite successful in the county teams and whatever when I was younger in lots of different sports. So and when I got older, I've always wanted a sport that I could play that necessarily wasn't a team sport, that I could go and play by myself. So I did try squash and tennis for a while. Injured my knee really badly, realised it was too high an impact sport, certainly at my weight and age. So when the opportunity to come along to try golf again, I thought this is what I want to do. Plus, people might not realise this, but if you met me, you'll know I'm actually quite a loner. So I can put on the Big Oggie persona for a short period of time, but I'm not always like that. So golf is one of those things where, certainly for the first year at West Cornwall, I didn't really know anybody. I would go on the evenings and just play by myself. 9 holes when the sun's going down. But it's the sort of game you can play like that. And then now I'm getting more competitive, want to play more things, trying to get involved in the teams. That's what happens, isn't it? You join the club, you get more involved in the social side of stuff. And it becomes more of a family, doesn't it? Extended family.
Big time. And funny enough, I'm doing my ASQ level 5 degree at the moment, and one of the questions on it was, what appeals to you about golf? And I thought the other day, when the assessor reads your assessments, wow, what a load of different answers he'll get from all these different managers of golf clubs. What appeals to you about managing a golf club? But I'd say it's the challenge as well, and I'm saying that as a why are we in golf, regardless of whether you manage a golf club, you coach golf, or you just play golf. Golf is a huge challenge.
It's one of the hardest sports to try and learn, isn't it?
Big time. And again, and funny enough, I know we get off the subject as we always do, but there's a lot of questions about why is there this decline in golf, what can we do? And I do think there's that masochistic side of me that likes the difficulty of golf. It's a challenge. I don't like things that are easy because it makes you almost lazy, doesn't it?
But I think a lot of people want things easy. They want it on the plate nowadays. They're very political, but it's
definitely.
It's just the way of nature it is now.
But a number of people say, no, I like the difficulty of it, and I certainly like the difficulty. And as you said, you keep coming back to golf, after those bad days, because there's very few, and I know everyone's saying out there, no, I've had those days. There's very few days where I've played bad golf when one or two of them weren't good. I can't, touch wood, I can't remember last time I had a whole round where it's like, wow, that really was.
Everything just went perfect.
Exactly. So the biggest thing that keeps me coming back is the good shots. And again, I always say to people, don't be a perfectionist and try and learn to play golf, But there'll be a lot of perfectionists out there that get hooked on golf because they know that they can birdie certain holes, but they've never done it all in the same round, have they? And I say even here at Radnor, I've actually made a 2 on every hole. Now some people say, "Oh, there's only 9 holes, that's easy." And they're all par 3s.
Try doing it here. Yeah.
But no one's ever gone round in 18 shots for 9 holes.
No.
Yeah, I've done a 2 there. I've done a 2 there. Why can't you birdie every single hole? So it's a challenge, really, is why I come back after the bad days and good days as well, really. But that gets us to the end of those questions. Average golfer. Yeah. 92.
Very good. We waffled on there a bit, but that's fine. That's what we do.
We always do. We always do, John.
Yeah. There were a few questions like, why do you keep talking to Matt when he's trying to teach you things and stuff like that, and we will come back to them. And I promise Yorkie, we will try and sort your quite technical question out. Whether we write to you privately or we'll do a little lesson with you at some point when you're down here, we'll do that. We'll do another one of these Q&As in about a month, something like that. Maybe one.
Depends how many questions you get.
Well, we'll see what happens. But people keep bringing in other questions.
And as long as I just go tick,
as long as you can tick them through,
tick rather than like that, we're fine.
Sorry, Yorkie, but
no, well, you now have given away that was Yorkie Bart's question. I just put a big cross through. But up to that point, you didn't need to know.
No, sorry.
Right, so but yes, John, you wrap it up because I've got another lesson to do. So.
Right, mate. Thank you very much, Matt.
No worries at all.
Thank you for the lesson today and in the past and in the future.
Yes.
Thank you very much for answering the questions. I don't know if I thank you very much for waffling quite as much as you do, but that's fine. You're just what you do. Yeah, that's what professors do.
I think that's also pot and kettle. A large degree of that. But on that note, I've got to go. So I'm going to sign out now.
Thank you very much for watching.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much for your help, Matt.
No worries.
I shall go home in the dark and now edit this. I've only been here all afternoon trying to do stuff.
It is now dark outside. Right, I've got to go.
Bye for now. Please subscribe. Don't forget. Tell your friends.
Indeed.